We live yet? We're live. Here we are, live. The three wise men. There's
Wow.
two of us. We can count. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon when you're watching this. I'm Captain Jay. That's Jared over there. Food Hunters Outdoor Ministries.
Howdy.
He's having lunch, dinner, snack.
That's
I
right.
had my dinner.
That's how I roll.
Welcome to season 2, episode 3, where we have two wise men of the three. So, but
And
just to start off, we like to send out some prayers to Mitchell Wiseman, Mitch, because he's got some family stuff going on. So that's why he's not here today. So keep him in it. We're keeping him in our prayers. If you guys can do that as well. Um, so
yeah,
that's
I'll
all I
pray for pray
have.
for Mitchell and pray for my friend Jessica.
Yes.
Pray for her dad. Her dad's. Let's just pray for her brother too. But pray for Jessica's dad. He's really sick and not doing good. So y'all pray that he pulls through it and pray Jessica and her brother get the strength to deal with this. Because I can't imagine what she's going through. It's got to be pretty hard. So all you people that pray, please pray for her.
Yeah. And it was this may turn into a testimony type show. I'm not sure. Um, Not putting anyone's business out there in that aspect, but
Yeah.
um, in reference to like everyone has different things they can go through, and different things they've been through. And by the time I was 32, I lost both parents. That's not, it's not a bragging thing, but it's stuff I've been through. Um, Watching both parents on life support at different times, watching them struggle with that, and then um, they passed and stuff like that. It all happened prior to me coming to finding my faith, but I've been down that path. I understand that aspect, but everyone has different things. I mean, I met a couple people on Monday that are 2 years sober off being off of meth, and trying to they're getting their kids back. His kids, her kids. They're starting a business, trying to get on the straight and narrow, going to church. Celebration recovery. They have stories that I have no idea about. So everyone has their different things.
Mm.
So so if God takes you through to it, He'll bring you through it. So sometimes you can help somebody else get out of that fire. Literally the fourth man in the fire kind of thing. So
And I can tell you this that no matter no matter what you go through, there's nothing too big for God. Because if He can create the earth in 7 days, whatever fires you go through, like He's the ultimate firefighter. He can
mhm.
fight any fire there is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wish I would have known that earlier, but I knew it when I know because it's like he was always like I said he was always just there waiting for you just to turn. And go, oh, there you are. He's like he's not with me. Oh, he is. You just have to realize that he's there. And that's the hard part. So, um,
Amen. You gotta let Him in.
hmm and sometimes people he takes people for whatever reason. You know, so don't let that
Yep.
bother you. No, listen, don't let it bother you, but it is what it is. You can't. There's certain things you just can't control. He has a purpose for it, whatever it may be. So,
I mean, I truly believe this that everything happens for a reason, and we may not know why, but like there's stuff that we go through that maybe we're meant to go through it so that we can help other people to go through it and
mhm.
help them with what they struggle with, and because there could be a bunch of stuff, from anything.
Yeah, yeah. Like for example, one thing I do like about Facebook is that it has the reminders thing, or not reminders, but memories. Um,
Yes, I love those.
it's like a year ago. I think it was today or yesterday. Whatever it was. It was our final Sunday service in North Carolina, and we learned a lot while we were in North Carolina at that church. We were there for less than a year, um, but we've come a long way since then. and we learned from them. They were there for a purpose. They went through things that they were going through things, and we met somebody on the way that we were able to connect them with. We learned from them. They learned from us. You know, um, so we were answer prayers to them on stuff. In a neighborhood that had literally 7 churches on one block,
Wow.
and there were 20 within a half mile, if that, might have been 3 or 4 blocks. And they were
Wow.
everywhere. God guided us to this one church for a purpose, and we found out what it was. But I said we learned a lot at that church. They learned a lot from us. God has a purpose behind everything that happens. And then it got really weird on the way back from North Carolina to here. Our bus breaking down and getting stuck on the side of the highway and not being able to get home. Renting a vehicle, trying to spend $1,000 a week to get the vehicle back so we can get back here. So this is that weird 1-year anniversary of a somewhat decent time. It was good.
Yeah.
You look back on, he was there. It was, yeah, interesting.
Well, yeah, he had you go through that for a specific reason.
I still don't know the 100% reason why yet, but I'll figure it out completely why I was supposed to. But I mean, I've learned a lot, and I've even just ministry-wise, I've gotten better at planning things for events and everything. And I don't call it became an adult more than I was before. That was definitely more childlike on things.
Had you grow?
Yeah. So now being more of the adult life, it's kind of weird to be at 47. Hey, I'm now an adult. But
yeah, God said, Jason, wake up.
Yeah, pretty much. We are open to have anybody wanting to join in with us. We can send you the invite link if you want to come in and join. So hit one of us up. Elisa, if you're out there watching.
All right, let me do this. Invite guest, copy. I'll make a post.
You put a post it?
Yes. If you want to.
Put it in the comments.
So, got a cool show for y'all tonight. Y'all share this live. Got a great episode. Here's the. Hey, John. John commenting from Coon Hunters Outdoors Ministries. Thank you, buddy. Link to come up. All right, so glad John getting to tune in. I know he's working late, but all right, so we got 5 people in here, which is great. 3 of them are watching from my ministry page. So there's the link if y'all want to come up and have a discussion with us.
Yeah.
So what I want,
Woo! YouTube.
So one of the cool topic I had was so my buddy Brent Summerall, the former drummer of Christian rock group By the Fire, he came on my show. John said he's listening to Weldon. Okay, I'm glad you're getting a listen. Yeah, he's got them headset earbuds. So Brent had this topic on my show, Shooting Straight, a while back. Actually, it was about a month ago, called having zeal in the church, or having zeal for the church, or however he put it. And so he came up for about almost an hour, and we talked a while, and I'm glad he did, because me and him, we go way back. And he talked about like basically being on fire, getting excited about going to church, because like like we talked about, even though I'm an Alabama fan, this is back when Alabama football was in the championship and football, and then Nick Saban was retiring, whatever. Well, we had this thing was I told him, I said, more people get excited about a stupid football game than they do going to church.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming from an Alabama fan to talk about my team like that. I don't care to admit it. I mean, that people, like I saw everybody was crying and Nick Saban left, and I agree. Nick Saban was the best coach ever. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Bama fan. I'm saying that because he's got the record and stats to. So, anyways, everybody's like, "Oh, Nick Saban's retiring. It's the end of the world." And Bama football, we're excited about the championship. It's like, bro, like if you're a Christian and you're more fired up about a stupid football game than you are going to church, there's something wrong with you. Like, I mean, you should be fired up about going to church. You should be fired up about telling people about Jesus. You should be having zeal, just getting out there and saying, hey, because see, I do it all the time. Like I always post, I'm happy I'm at church. I always tag my church and post. I'm like, I love my church, and just simple stuff like that. People don't do that anymore. People, you'll see them post online about, oh, their team's winning or their team's doing this, and I'll do that too. But I still like to post about going to church and being fired up. And I'm going to read this verse here that Brent sent me earlier. And he sent me two of them, but this is the one, 1 Peter 1:7. And it says that the genuine... Wait, you know what? I'm not going to read that. I like the one you read.
Probably, I think it's probably the NLT.
Okay, yours New Living? Okay.
New Living. I didn't see
okay, so that... All right, let me read. Yeah, let me read. There's New International Version. So let me go to NLT, New Living. Oh, NLT, New Living. All right, so this is 1 Peter 1:7. It says, these trials will show you that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold. Though your faith is far more precious than mere gold, so when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day when Jesus Christ is revealed to the whole world. Dude, that's cool. So what that tells me, it says you'll face trials of many kinds, like stress at the workplace, losing your job, people getting sick, people not, whatever the case is, whatever you're going through, flat tire on your car, it doesn't matter. Whatever you go through, it tells me that if your faith is genuine in Jesus and you believe in him, it's being tested as fire tests and purifies gold, though your faith is far more precious than mere gold. So when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day when Jesus Christ is revealed to the whole world. So in other words, he blesses you if your faith is strong in him and you keep trusting in him. If you keep praying and give your stress to God, he's gonna eventually bless you. But you got to wait on his timing.
Yeah, and praise him in the storm. Like
yes, praise him in the storm.
You're going through it, but it's like, this is gonna be a weird reference. But I like it. Tom McDonald. You've heard of Tom McDonald?
Yes, I love Tom McDonald.
And there's a song that way before he really hit it anywhere. But he talks about he's going through, in the video, he goes through a forest, and he talks about how it's faith. But he goes, you can only go so far. You can only go halfway through the forest or halfway through the darkness, because the other half you're going out, you're leaving. And I like that. It's like you can only go through so much in it. Eventually, you're actually walking out, and God will get you to it, through it, and out of it. You just have to, trust that He will continue to, It may get dark. It may get rough, but know that he's the one that's leading you there, you know, kind of thing. So,
Wow, I like that.
but we were talking about people getting excited about sports and all that. There was a little basketball game this past Sunday, women's basketball, NCAA, something, whatever. And
Yes.
Iowa Hawkeyes. I'm in Iowa, and they love the Hawkeyes out here, especially the girls basketball. And there's a little
Hmm.
theater like old they'll do movies and not movies, orchestras and concerts and all that kind of stuff. They're doing the Capitol Theater down here, and so they allow people to go in there, put it on the big screen, and watch the game. I went to see it because I just like the theater. It's a cool theater, and there was a game to watch in comfy chairs.
Hmm.
And we had a good probably 100, 150 people in there on a Sunday afternoon watching the Hawkeyes game. But we go
Wow.
to a church and there's 10 people.
Yeah,
Like
that's sad.
I'm like, why couldn't we get that excited about going to hear about you know God? You know what I mean?
That's right.
I mean, we've gone to two services before. We actually pretty much on average go to two services. We go in the morning to one, and then in the afternoon we go. At 4 o'clock we go to another. Because Sunday is church day, and now we're going to start doing Sunday morning church, and then we're going to do Sunday afternoon lunch. Was a couple, well, at least one person that you know, Jared. Remember Blair, Pastor Blair from the Sippin' Saints.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. Yeah.
him and his wife, we're going to start doing lunch with them probably, and then
Nice.
after that, we'll be going to church at 4 o'clock. No, it's outside of town there. What are we doing Sunday? Church. That's what we're doing. Church. Um, so, and I say being on fire. When I first, there's a gentleman I met. Well, I worked with him before. I was at the casino before. I ran into him again, and he goes, "You are on fire. You are really on fire for God." I'm like, I just do what I do. I didn't see it that way. And looking back, I can see how people think that. People still think that today. There's a gentleman I met in this afternoon church service on Sundays. What day is it? Saturday the 27th. Saturday the 27th. He's gonna be interviewing me and Judy on for his. We have a group that I'll announce it later. I don't want to throw too much out there, but we're gonna be interviewing because you're just on fire for stuff. He's been listening to the station since we met him a month ago. I love the station. Love all the music, hip hop. He sees a fire that we have, and I don't even think it's that big of a fire. Because after a while of doing it, you kind of grow into it. You know what I mean? You accept where you're at. I don't see that I'm on that big of a fire for God, but from on the outside, it looks like it, which I am. But does that make sense? I don't see that I am because I'm like, I know where I was 10 years ago.
Right.
It went lower than it was 10 years ago. But the ones on the outside going, you don't see that kind of fire. It's a big place, and I just want to be that light in some dark places. That's what we're doing here. So, anyways, I digress.
So tell everybody the slogan for the station.
Which one? Beacon of light in the darkness.
Yes.
Yeah. If you've seen the logo, there's a couple of logos we have, but the one is just a cross with the radio waves. That's basically it's like a was it like a light tower, in a lighthouse type deal. But it also comes from, if you hear the Lecrae song, "Tell the World," because I want to broadcast it like a radio, so it's kind of radio waves going out.
Tell the world everywhere I go. I love that song, man.
And that's kind of where that goes. It's like we're going to broadcast it like a radio. That's actually where the radio term comes from. But we're just being a beacon of light in the darkness. Because if it's just dark, it's just dark. I don't mind if I'm a little bitty flame.
Uh-huh.
hanging out there in the darkness. I just want to be that little bit of light. And hopefully, in the Young Noah song says, I just want to be a spark full of matches. I'm all about words. I just want to be a spark in a room full of matches. I want to
So
be able to ignite people.
so that reminds me of I'm a huge fan of Thousand Foot Krutch from Canada. They got
Mm-hmm.
that song "Let the Sparks Fly."
Mm-hmm.
Let the sparks fly, baby. I love that song.
Yeah, and their connection with Manifest too. These are the ones that helped Manifest get going. Thousand Foot.
Nice.
Trevor.
Trevor McNeven. I would love to meet Trevor McNeven, man. His Facebook got hacked a while back. His personal Facebook. So he's got the Thousand Foot Krutch band page. Then he had a like page. It was just for Trevor McNeven. Then he had his personal page. Well, he kept posting on his personal page that his page was hacked. I didn't know which one he was talking about. Then I realized that he had a like page for Trevor McNeven. Well, I went and found it. Sure enough, it was hacked by some Muslim hacker or whatever. And you can tell when somebody's hacked on Facebook because when they make a post about being hacked, all these fake scammers start commenting, well, contact so-and-so hacker. He can help you get in your profile and he can help you. When did you get hacked? And they're all the same. They're all go to Instagram recovery. So you have to report all of them or else Facebook don't do nothing about it. And then I think he eventually deleted his personal. And thankfully, he made him a new personal and they got control of their artist page. And new music, Thousand Foot Krutch, has been released. But sadly, I say sadly, I like it either way, but it's remakes of old songs that they did, but they got these other artists on there with them.
Oh.
And so it's still cool though. And hopefully new music is coming pretty soon, new originals.
Hey, redo the old ones with new stuff is not a bad thing. Remaster, re-engineered new artists, not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. I mean it. Look, like when I listen to Christian rock artists, there's some artists, or really any artist, really. There's artists I put in the category of they're such good artists they could write a song about dog food and I'd like it, and that's Thousand Foot Krutch.
I know people like that.
I mean, I know you're like that with Zonti, right? He wrote a song about dog food. You'd be like, yeah, I'm fired up.
You're in the dog chow. Yeah, let's go get it. You're in the dog chow. Oh, that's not a plug for Pure in the Dog Chow. We don't Pure in the Dog Chow.
Which, by the way, if they want to sponsor us, we'll be glad to plug them.
Yeah, I don't know if my dog would enjoy that, but that's okay. We can. Oh, that's funny. But like, I have a pastor friend that he can read the phone book, and I'd be like, "Yep, that's powerful." It's just this John Smith. Yep, that's good. The way he speaks is just so eloquent and everything. And I'm like, what is he reading? The alphabet? Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. It's just a presence about him. When they speak, you listen.
Yeah. Well, Psalm 40 Ministries. That is John CG. He's on Facebook and all that. YouTube. I just love how Psalm 40 Ministries. Well,
Psalm 40 Ministries. Okay.
But yeah, John CG is a phenomenal person.
Speaking of like storms and stuff, so you ever listen to Clayton Jennings? You ever listen to him?
I know Clayton Jennings. Yeah,
I'm a huge Clayton Jennings fan. He's for people that don't know, he's a traveling evangelist. I actually heard about him when I first saw him live one time. He preached in McDonough, Georgia, which is a suburb of Georgia, kind of like. He preached in the middle of the town square, and they had this little event. They had like 2 or 3 little Christian artists play. One of them was like a Christian rap group, and he got up there and preached. And everybody that drove by in this town square, a big old square, huge square, thousands of people, every time somebody drove by, they got to hear him preaching. And that was cool. And then he went off the deep end a few years ago. There was some problems, but anyways, I still follow him because he's human like all of us. Well, he got a video, and for whatever reason, he deleted a bunch of his videos off of YouTube, and I wish he'd have never deleted it. I don't know if it was him that deleted it or they got removed or what it was, but he had a video called Storms. And it was about how his dad was a pastor, and his dad, I can't remember if it was leukemia or what it was, but his dad was dying from whatever it was. And he talked about going through that storm, and the whole video, like it was raining, thunderstorm in the background, the whole, it was pretty cool. And it was like a 5-6 minute video. And then he talked about how going through that storm and how his dad trusted God, and God provided, and he remembers praying for his dad, saying, "Oh, please help my dad." He said he was young and didn't really understand a whole lot of what his dad was going through. And then it brought him through it. And I like how he titled it Storms, because the storms of life you go through, no matter what it is, God can bring you through it. But you have to trust him. You can't just say, "Well, I reckon he's got me." No, you got to pray, you got to believe, and then trust that he's got you.
Yeah, and anyone it's on my Facebook at all, I've seen I've started doing a thing. It's called just 4 words.
Yes.
And I was doing. I mean, it's of course from a song. It's always from a song, from a Lecrae and KB song called "Miracles." And the KB
cool.
KB says, writing 4 words, "Look what God did." And it, but it's what I got is simple. I got it from church on Sunday. It was simple obedience changes everything. So just simple obedience. It's just listening to God. It doesn't mean that you have to do stuff you don't want to do. Just listen to what he says, and go as you go through things. Like if you're in a dark area and someone's hollering to keep going forward. If you're in a dark room and you can't find your way out, they're hollering, "Come this way, come this way." You're gonna follow where they're yelling, and then they'll say, "Go to your right." You're gonna go to your right. Just listen. You're just being obedient. That's all we have to do, and it'll change everything. From being completely lost with losing everything. Just listen. Do what he says. He's got it. We're in a place now, like I said, 10 years ago. I was couch surfing at this time of the year. In April, I was staying at a friend's place in Chicago. Here, I got an amazing apartment. Vehicle. Family still together, which we were all separated at this point, 10 years ago. And I started listening to God. And 10 years later, I'm like, look at where I'm at. Doing this. Yeah. Never would have thought I'd be, I was barely even stepping foot to a church 10 years ago, let alone this kind of stuff. So just listen. Obedience is simple obedience to God will change everything for you.
Because
in the storms.
So many times people want to throw up every excuse under the sun why they don't do what God calls them to do. Well, I can't do this and I can't do that. And it's like, well, yeah, you can, but you have to actually give everything to him. You can't just sit there and just give this sob story why you can't. Well, I ain't got the money. I can't do this. Well, you may not have the money, but God can provide a way, but you ain't trusting him.
Absolutely.
Because I get tired of hearing, how do I put it? Like you can tell when somebody says, "Oh, I give it to God. I've been praying. But do you really? Did you really? Because we wouldn't be having this discussion right now if you really gave it to him. We wouldn't be having this argument." And when God says give him everything, he doesn't say give him part of it. He doesn't say he's drop to your knees, pray, and say, "Here you go. I'm going to give this to you. I can't do it." There's so many times we as humans, we try to do everything ourselves. And we're humans. We're stupid a lot of times. So I mean, we're not going. We can't get it done, so we just need to let him do what he gonna do.
Yeah, one of the best things I've ever heard recently was when God made plans for me. He factored in my stupidity. Best thing I've ever heard.
Oh,
He
that's
factored,
awesome.
he factored in my stupid. I know. Yeah, I'm gonna be stupid. He already factored that in. Carry the 3. He's gonna wander off into the trees over there. He'll be back. I mean, he's gonna get onto a smell of something or see something. He'll be distracted, and then he'll be back. But
Yeah,
we think we know where we're going. We think we know what we're doing. Because we know better. And then he's like, "Well, yeah, this was a better path. Oh, yeah, that was right." Once again, back to simple obedience. You but yeah, we think we know everything. And when he tells you to stay, like you tell your dog to stay, and they stay. That's good. They're obedient. But sometimes he tells us to stay, and we're like, "Yeah, but," and then we start to do our own thing. And he's like, "No, I told you to stay." And that's where Judy and I are at that point now. He's told us numerous times to stay, and we've once in a while kind of, well, maybe not. No, we're at a stay point for 3 years in Iowa. So
yeah. Like, I mean,
Iowa. No.
all right, sure.
Yeah, but share this live. Otherwise,
Yeah,
I'm going to bring the Chuck Norris children. Chuck Norris will come to your house, and I don't know.
that's right. And
There's something.
yeah, Chuck Norris can hit you so hard your blood will bleed.
Yeah, if Adam's listening, that's for you, Adam.
look. Adam may say that they're not funny, but deep down inside, he knows they are because I've heard him laugh at them.
And I'm gone.
All right, so I gotta share this too. I smooth forgot to share it to my personal page. Everybody share this live. We got 5 people in here. Let's get 10 people in here. That's the goal. 10 people in here. We want to hear. We want y'all to interact with us because it's great you're getting something. Yeah, throw a comment in there. It's great you're getting something from this, but we love people interacting, asking questions, talking about the topic of zeal or trusting God, like we're talking about. We'd love to hear from y'all. Don't just sit there and watch. We'd love chatting with people, and because y'all are awesome, cool cats.
I'm a cool cat. I'm a cat.
Yes, you are. Cool. Hey, look, cool with a K.
Absolutely. KEWL. The KOOL.
Because your last name starts with K, so.
Yeah. The KOOL are cigarettes. I don't want to be associated with.
Yeah.
KEWL. Cool.
Yeah, I like that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I said, if you guys are watching, throw a comment and a thumbs up, a smiley face. Even a statement of, "You don't know what you're talking about." I don't really care. Interaction. No bad publicity is good publicity. Oh,
that's right.
Sorry.
I'm going through and tagging like 50 people.
Yeah. And you get your mic up.
Yeah, I'm going through and tagging like 50 people. Maybe I'm gonna share this.
Tag your
Tag.
Tag.
Oh, you got me now.
I can't focus like that. I'd be so distracted.
Oh.
So I let you take care of that. I'm like, I'm somewhere else. But the tagline, for us, beacon of light in the darkness. I said, or even just the king without a crown every day. I guess it's a unique thing. People always talk about that. I mean, that is so powerful. Like, that's just something that he gave me 10 or 8 years ago when I started this thing. It was like, king without a crown. Beacon of light in the darkness. I mean, I now know that it was him telling me that. But me and my buddy Matt, it wasn't just me that started it. Myself and my buddy Matt. But from just a basic little station of not knowing what we were doing, we've come a mighty long way to get to where we're at, doing this stuff, doing concerts, and outreach events, and radio station stuff, podcasts, all that stuff. Just when it rolls back to obedience, doing do what listen. Like you got the Coon Hunters, so you just started. So you started it. You had your own thing with that. Now you got stuff going with that, your own show and all that. So, like I said, he doesn't call the qualified. 'Cause I am far from qualified to do this stuff.
Oh yeah, I am too. I'm no Bible scholar. Like I fail every day. Like I ain't gonna lie. I don't read the Bible like I'm supposed to. I do like reading it, and I do read it, but not as much as I'm supposed to. And I'm no Bible scholar by no means. I'm just old plain Jane redneck from South Alabama. I ain't nobody special. I just happen to run a ministry and love telling people about Jesus. You know.
I am the same minus the South redneck from South Alabama.
So you're the northern version of the redneck.
Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit. There's a little redneck in there. That's beauty. I did something the other day. I did something. She goes, "That is so redneck." I'm like, "Yeah, Jared would be proud."
Welcome to the club, my brother.
Yeah, that's kind of redneck. Yep, that's why I do it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Nothing wrong with that. It's also I was just poor. I grew up poor, so you stretch things out and do what you got to do and make it happen. And it was a little bit redneck, combination thereof. Survival.
That's yeah. I got mine open right here. I like doing the. I like when we do the. Hopefully. Excuse me. Dang, well, food I ate messed my throat up. Anyways, I like doing the Bible studies, and uh, me and Tony did one the other day. Adam and Kayla, they wasn't available at the time, but me and Tony did it, and we was reading the book of Matthew, and we read Matthew. I think it was chapter 17, and that was cool. And then Tony read a little bit, and I'm proud of Tony because I sent Tony a Bible, and Tony's was reading it, and if anybody that knows Tony, that's a huge deal for him to read that Bible and to want to do a Bible study. So yeah, I'm proud of you, Tony, if you're watching. That was cool. You got to, and then I like how we gonna start doing the Bible study before the show with Adam and anybody that wants to come in. But I like reading the Bible. I like using the Bible app. I like being on fire for the Lord, like, because I'm all the time at work. I'm jamming, jamming Christian music, and I'm sure those guys, they get tired of it every now and then. It's okay. That they just had to deal with it, because I'll jam it on my little Bluetooth speaker. I'm either listening to my playlist on my phone from the music I downloaded from Amazon, or I'm listening to, of course, Quake Radio or Revocation Radio out of Alabama. And I'm all the time, like I'll play country. There's the country stations I listen to, but for the most part, it's usually the Christian music I try to. And you'd be surprised what music would do to people. That's like my good buddy Sam. You ever listen to Chai Boy, the Christian rapper?
I don't recognize that one.
So Michael Waddle.
I don't recognize well.
So Michael Waddle, he's been on my show, and so Michael's done a bunch of songs with Ryan is his real name. Ryan Shane, his last name, I'll probably butcher it, but anyways, so for whatever reason, Ryan just kind of gave up on his music, and I hated that because he was so good at it. Well, he's got a song that I play all the time, and I can rap it word for word, and I can't sing like if I was the guy that was gonna be singing, and they was to try to put me on American Idol, like they would laugh me. Like I wouldn't be on the TV tapings. That's how horrible I'd be. But as far as rapping, I'll literally play a Christian rap song over and over and over till I can rap it word for word. If it's a good song, and then if I can't, I try to look online for the lyrics. Then I write them down, and then I'll do it that way. But like, he's got a song called "God Save Me," and I play it religiously. And it's like, he says, "You're looking at me from the eyes of a hustler, the same OG like me. God save my life, He'll save your life." Um, And so he talks about in the song. It's about him. It's a true story about how he was a military veteran. He did tours of duty in Iraq and I forgot what other country, maybe in Afghanistan. But he got like PTSD and stuff from it, and he was used to be a used to be popping pills, was bad into drugs and stuff. He got into that, and he talks about if God can save me, a pistol packing, pill popping vet, if he can save me, then he can save you. And so I play that song all the time, and then one day Sam told me, he's like, man, I like this, and he just started jamming it and just trying to sing along or and I notice every now and then when I play that song, I can hear Sam over there singing. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. And then he told me one day, he told me straight up, I don't remember if I'm saying this word for word, but he told me, he said, yeah, that's I've heard some music that I never would have heard before if it had basically if it hadn't been for me playing it, because like so many times people think that there's only mainstream music. That's what people think. They think there's only like in the rock world, they think there's only Disturbed, or they think there's only Breaking Benjamin, and no, there's Christian alternatives to every single artist out there. Like Red is the Christian version of Disturbed.
No,
Thousand Foot.
another way to look at it is that Disturbed is the secular version of Red. Why does it have
There
to
you
be?
go.
It's the Christian's the main format, then there's the secular stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, I ain't never
Flip
thought
that
about it like
script
that.
around. That's how I put it that way. Do you know anyone
Yeah,
like
flip
that?
that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's like you got like I hate mainstream rap music. I hate it with a passion because it's all about the same topics over and over and over, and then it's also most of it's got cuss words out the wazoo. And I'm like, look, you don't have to have cuss words in your music to get your message across,
Mhm.
because most of the time it distracts from your message and takes away from it. And I know there's an argument, that every even if one song, because there's times where I'll listen to an artist, and if it's got a cuss word in the song, I ain't gonna lie, I'll focus on that instead of the message because it distracts from the message. A lot of times I'll just skip it, especially if it's got a bunch of them in there.
Yeah.
And if you got clean music, then the message kind of carries more. It opens it up for more people, because I've never really heard somebody say, the reason why I listen to this artist because he cusses in his music. I've never heard anybody say that, but I have heard plenty of people that I know, especially Christians, and everybody's entitled to listen to whatever kind of music they want. I'm just speaking from my opinion, my perspective. And so like I've had several people tell me, well, I don't listen to that artist or this artist because they cuss in their music. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, dang, if they didn't have cussing in their music, they could have gained more fans. You open it up to a broader audience instead of just restricting it to a certain group,
Yeah.
And that's one thing I like about Christian music is it's for anybody out there. It's not just for one certain group demographic.
And some of the music, especially the hip hop, is definitely an interesting sound when you hear it. It's not lollipops and sprinkles.
Yes.
It's not poppy. I mean, it's rough. Like what the song that I'm stuck on is oddly enough not a Zanti song, which those of you that know me knows that's kind of weird. But it's a Bryson Gray song.
Oh, I love Bryson Gray.
It came out about 6 months ago now. I found it about a month ago, called Christ Walk. I think I played a little bit last week. Well, not on the show,
Yes.
but no, it's like 4 steps. I wrote them down. The 4 steps. I did, hold on one second. Let me pull up the 4 steps. We're gonna probably head out of here soon. So I gotta be out at 9:30. Let's see what.
Because I love artists like Bryson Gray, ASAP Preach, Tyson James. These guys that ain't afraid to rap about the stuff that these other artists are afraid to rap about.
Where is it? I wrote it down. 4 steps. I can probably remember it off my top of my head. Step one is basically step one. is get into your word, read your Bible, and get out of the zoo, which is get out of the world. Get into your Bible. Step 2 is kill your old self and become brand new. Because when you kill yourself, kill your old self, become a new person, be born again. Step 3 is I'm trying to remember the song. Step 3 is um, oh, my brain is not working right now. Step 3 is turn away from all the sin you used to do. So don't do this. Don't sin like you used to. And the best one, step 4, tell the whole squad they can do it too. Go and witness. Go and tell people. Fix yourself. Get yourself situated. Get yourself set. Then go tell the whole squad that they can do it too. And that's actually a good order, because some people are like, oh, I found it, and they continue to sin and do what they were doing before. They still go out clubbing, they still go out drinking, they still go out and do all that stuff. Then they tell their friends, hey, you can follow Christ too, but you're still doing the stuff you used to do. Don't do the stuff you used to do.
Right.
So that's actually a really good order when you put it in that way.
I like that, because if you change, you're gonna change. You're gonna leave the old behind. So I like what Adam says.
Yeah.
Not all clean music is good. That is true. Now I didn't say all clean music was good. I just said you reach a broader audience if it's clean without cuss words in it. Oh, that's the main, because I mean there's a lot of clean music out there. I agree that it's not good at all. The message is not good, but as far as Christian music in general, is one thing. I say curse words here or there in a song, in my opinion, don't make it bad music. If you like an artist, you like them regardless. If they say a word you don't like, and I'm not necessarily saying it's bad music. I'm just saying that it distracts from the message that they give. If it's like, if they use the F word in there, and I ain't gonna lie, there's some songs I listen to that's got, cuss words in it. But if it takes away from your message, and then that's all somebody focuses on, then you've lost that audience or that person with that message. Like your message didn't resonate with them because that's what they focused on was. And if they wouldn't have had that in there, then it would have been easier to focus on the message.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
clean music is good, but it's not always good.
Right, that's right. It's not always good. I'll say that. I'm glad he said that, because I need to clarify that, because not all, because there's a lot of clean music that's not good at all.
Yeah, and I've heard plenty of that's not a bad song, but it's not really, it's all perspective.
Yeah. But it's all your different perspective and your opinion, how you view it.
But let's see what time is it. 9:20. And we gotta see about cutting out early or cutting out soon. Not trying to make it short.
Yeah.
I gotta pick up the wife at 9:30. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Pretty soon she'll get the license, so she'll be able to drive herself. I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Adam in here. And if you want to come up,
hey, you guys, you can continue going. I just gotta cut out. But yeah,
sure,
Adam,
that's cool.
If you want to join in, you guys can keep talking. We only had one Chuck Norris joke so far, so
yeah.
sure
And there's we'll get, hopefully have Mitchell back. We're praying for Mitchell and the next one.
But do you want to lead a prayer, or want me to do a prayer?
It don't matter. You can do one if you got to go, and
you can hang out long if you want.
Okay.
That's fine. I just want to say, Lord, I thank you for the time here to be able to fellowship here with the three wise men, which is only two right now today, which Jared. Appreciate that he's able to make it. Pray for Mitch and his family. And this is what they're going through today and this week and continuing. We pray for anyone else that's listening, watching, that we need just to hear a word from you, Lord. Just remember, It's just you just need to have that's the 4 words. Simple obedience changes everything, and that just means listen to God. And He will get you to where He needs to get, where you need to go. Um, as I said, just 10 years ago, we were homeless, couch surfing, and He's just blessed us immensely with not say things, but places to live, fellowship with people, friends, family, all that kind of stuff. We wouldn't have any of that without you, Lord. We appreciate all you've done. Anyone that hears this, if you do have any questions or any concerns, reach out to the Lord first. If you feel free to want to ask, go ahead and send us a message as well. We will pray with you, for you, with you. Me, Jared, Mitchell, Adam, John, anyone else that's listening. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right, so 2 things real quick before you go.
Yes, sir.
So I forgot to read this. So I read this earlier, but this is about the topic of zeal and being excited about going to church and on fire for the Lord. And this is 1 Corinthians 3:13 through 15. This is the NIV version. It says, "Their work will be shown for what it is, because the day will bring it to light. It will be revealed with fire, and the fire will test the quality of each person's work. If what has been built survives, the builder will receive a reward. If it is burned up, the builder will suffer loss, but yet will be saved, even though only as escaping through the flames."
Absolutely.
Man, that's pretty good. So what does that tell you?
That the builder will be saved. And
Yep.
and falls back to the simple obedience concept. As they just go through it, you will get through it when He brings you to it. And this
Because if God puts something in front of you, and you do what He says, and you walk through it, whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. If you do what He says, then He will reward you for doing what He says.
Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on Jesus, and you keep on going. Listen to that voice calling to you. And,
amen. And so the last thing before you go is, if anybody that's got a business that wants to sponsor the station or sponsor the Three Wise Men podcast on Wednesday nights, hit Jason up. He can get you the sponsor info, and we'd love to promote your business on our page and on this live. And if you got a product that you think's good, we'll promote it. And then also something that I want to eventually do, I mentioned this to Jason, is I just got to get all this stuff to do it with, but I want to eventually do a 2-hour Christian rock show, whether it's every Monday or something. I just got to get some time to do it, but like every Monday night or something, and go live on air and then play Christian rock music and then interview artists and then promote them and stuff on the station, and of course go live on Facebook too. But maybe one day that'll happen if it's the Lord's will.
We can definitely make that happen. Like I said, if you would have told me when we started this thing 8 years ago, we having conversations like that, I would have, yeah. So I appreciate the intensity you have for this and the support you give for the station. You put a lot of. We appreciate it, and that's the we, just me and Judy, when she's not even here. But we appreciate that support that you give. Everybody else that watches and listens.
And then another thing I want to do too, and I mentioned this to you before, like the only time I ever really hear it is in the morning time when you play like your K-Love type music. I'll hear like, this is Kimberly Rice Cofield, and this is so-and-so Cofield, and we're the Cofields, and you're listening to Quake, and then you hear the one, this is Slim Chances, and you're tuned into the new Quake RYC Praise News. Let's go. And then you got what was the other one? It's not Outlaws for the Cross, but the other guys, they do it. And
Beyond Ram has one. Should be.
What is that group that you play?
So I think the Saved by Scarlet one.
No, it's not. I haven't heard that one. It's
That must be on that night.
oh shoot, it's not Outlaws for the Cross. It's another one, but you'll hear them and you'll hear the band. And this is
Crossborn.
someone Crossborn. That's it. This is Marty from Crossborn, and you're tuned in to Quake RYC. You know, I'd love to hear more of that during the day because when I listen during the day, all you hear is just the music. You don't know what station you listen to because I like advertising, and I'd love to have
Just
some
gotta
more
yell it
artists.
out, Jared. Just yell it out. Just yelling out to people. Get a big
Okay,
band.
people. Look. Yeah, I'll be there at work. Okay, people. We're listening to Quake RYC Praise News, where music is therapy.
Yeah. Shut up there. We're trying to work.
Yeah, the more advertising, the better. Cause like I hear, like when I listen to the other one, oh shoot, Revocation Radio, they do a lot. Like they'll do the way they do theirs is they'll play like 2 Christian rap songs and they go to like 2 Christian rock songs. They'll go back and forth, and like every few minutes there'll be a advertisement. The guy's robot voice or whoever, and it'll advertise the station, and then every now and then you'll hear one like they do one that's pretty funny. It says the station Chuck Norris and his beard listen to. I'm like, okay. And then like if we could, even if it was just me and you could do one, and then get all these other artists to do one. The more advertising, the better.
Yeah, well, I got some folks in the chambers ready to go to get some done.
Great.
So,
That's right. All right, so I know you got to go. So.
Yep, I am going to sign out for now. Appreciate everybody watching, listening. Appreciate you the most, Jared. There.
Thank you.
Was pushing
And-
through.
And whenever you pop out, I'm gonna play one of these songs I have preloaded in here. Then I'll leave the show.
Like, get out so I can play the music.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all. I'm going to sign out.
Thank you, Adam, for chiming back and forth with us, comment back and forth. All right, so I want to play this. I want to play one of these songs. It's by David Patacone. So I can find it. So we got 3 people watching. Thank y'all for watching. Thanks, Adam, for tuning in. Let's see. All right, I got like 4 or 5 songs loaded in here. But this is David Patacone. This is his song. Let me make sure this is the name. Yeah, tell me what y'all think of this song.
In a moment we have strayed away, lost the path we were on today, and I say goodbye. The clouds are dark and have turned to gray. The storm is brewing and it's on the way, and they say we strike. And now we're lost in a moment of our own will, fear surrounding like a tidal wave. Who will we turn to in this circumstance? Who can we trust? Only the sinless one who came to save. In your victory I am made brand new. All the darkness pushed away by you, and I'm free. Remain. The weight of sin placed upon your wounds, my guilt and shame lay inside the tomb on the day you paid. Now we're lost in the moment of our own will, fear surrounding like a tidal wave. Who will we turn to in this circumstance? Who can we trust? Only the sinless one who came to save. Who can we trust? Only the sinless one who came to save. And now we're lost in the moment of our own will, fear surrounding like a tidal wave. Who will we turn to in this circumstance? Who can we trust? Only the sinless one who came to save.
So what y'all think of that song? So I've become friends with David Paticone. He's been on my show twice. Hey Erica, how you doing? So while I got y'all here, I'm gonna play one more of his songs. This is off his new album, Lamentations. But that song was off his first titled album, David Paticone, come out in 2021. And then Modern Psalms is the album that come out after that. But the name of that song is called To Follow Our Own. And it's about it's basically about what you're going through. Who can you turn to in the circumstance? Only the sinless one who come to save, which is Jesus. When you go through times of struggle, whatever in life, turn to Jesus. He's the only person that has never sinned in the history of mankind. So I sure will, Erica. So y'all see Erica right there. Be sure and say some prayers for her grandmother. I'm glad you tuned in, Erica. Thank you. Yeah, y'all pray for Erica's grandmother. In fact, I'll say a prayer for your grandmother right now, so I don't forget. And then I'm gonna play that song. Dear Lord, please be with Erica's grandmother, what she's going through. Help her with everything she's going through. Please be with Erica too and their family deal with this. Help her get better. And please be with my friend Jessica and her dad. He's sick, not doing good. Be with Jessica's brother. Be with their family, what they're going through with this. Jesus Christ, now I pray. Amen. I got you, Erica. I'll play this one more song here by David Paticone. So his new album is called Lamentations. And I'll see if I can't pull it up. Well, maybe not. All right, so I'm going to play it through here. So y'all look up David Paticone on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify, Amazon Music.
Come the storm and the raging seas.
All right, so this song is called, let's see,
And all the noise, so I can clearly hear your voice. Inside I feel I'm dying. The tension is too much. Like the woman bleeding, I only need your touch. Inside I feel I'm dying. The tension is too much. Like the woman bleeding, I only need your touch. And when the lights say that you are more than me, gotta choose to crawl to you. You take away all my feelings. You calm the storm and the raging seas. Come calm the storm inside of me. Let the wind die down and all the noise, so I can clearly hear your voice. Inside my heart races, afraid I will flatline. This fear is overwhelming, I'm running out of time. Inside my heart races, afraid I will flatline. This fear is overwhelming, I'm running out of time. I cry out to the living God. I cry out to Jesus Christ. I call out in the midst of pain. I choose to trust in you. I cry out to the living God. I cry out to Jesus Christ. I call out in the midst of pain. I choose to trust in you. And when the lights say that you are
Wow, that's such a good song, y'all. So what y'all think of that song, y'all? That is David Patacone, Storms. That's off his new album, Lamentations. So I'm going to show you Lamentations here. Let me flip my camera around. I got it pulled up on my computer. Let's see, camera, front facing, back. Alright, so that's his new album, Lamentations. You can see it in my Windows Media Player. It's a pretty cool looking album. And then there's a song, where it is, yeah, Storms, right there, song number 2. So, yeah, that's so thank you, Kayla. So David, his music is, I'm a huge fan of his. Like, he does a lot of synthesizers in his music. You can hear the synthesizers. And I don't have a lot of his music on the StreamYard, but I need to get a bunch of it on there. But I've got all 3 of his albums. Modern Psalms. I used to have them right here. I'd show them to you. I don't know where I put them. Let's see. He's got Modern Psalms. He's got Lamentations, and then his original one is self-titled, just David Patacone. But it's electronic music and synthesizers, and then he mixes Christian rock with it, and it's pretty good. It's got some good messages, and I love that kind of music. It reminds me of Owl City. Owl City is another one that's a Christian artist. A lot of people don't know that. You know, all people know is Owl City is this great big old artist, but he's actually a Christian artist, which is even cooler. So if you like Owl City, I'm a big fan of his. You'll love David Patacone. A lot of his stuff is synthesizers, like music from the 80s. He mixes that 80s style into modern music, like you think you're in a video game from the 80s. Like, a lot of his music's just powerful messages. I'm glad to see you tuned in, Kayla. She said she's too fresh out of Happy Meal. Just kidding, I'm good. Well, good to have you tune in. I'm fixing to get off here. I've been on here a little over an hour. Let me see what other songs I got on here. I got Jericho, Light It Up, Pain or Purpose. Oh, that's okay. Okay, let me play one more song while you're here, Kayla. I'm going to play one more song real quick. This is from Saved by Scarlet. Kayla's just become a new fan of theirs. Shout out to Nate Middleton and Matt Middleton. We play their music on the station here at Quake OSC Praise News. So I'm going to play their song. It's not their new one. The new one's Lie of the Pharisees. But this one's called Light It Up. And if you like wide open Christian rock music, kind of like what we was talking about earlier, being on fire for the Lord, these guys are it. So listen to this song called Light It Up. Tell me what you think. This song is fire.
Every new day comes a problem we face. It's time to put that all aside. You've got a choice, you can act or complain. We've got one goal on our minds. So we will start a flame till they all ignite. So we will start a flame till they see the light. He's my rock on which I stand. Every wave that's gonna hit will make me who I am. One last shot, here I come. Now's my time for everyone.
to blame for the choices we made. It's up to you to do what's right. So we will spark a flame till they all ignite. So we will spark a flame till they see the light. He's my rock on which I stand. Every wave that's gonna hit will make me who I am. One last shot, here I come. Now's my time for everyone. Whoa, light it up. Go! Falling them down on the ground, you know I get loud cause our God is faithful. Yeah, I'll be a light in the dark, so I'll show them my heart to prove that I'm able. Now is the time where our lives will spark up the flame that we've hidden inside, with a symbol of light like a signal at night. We're the ones who will fight for the rest of our lives. He's my rock on which I stand. Every wave that's gonna hit will make me who I am. One last shot, here I come. Now's my time for everyone. Whoa, light it up. We're the symbol of light like a signal at night. We're the ones who will fight for the rest of our lives.
Man, I'm glad Kayla got hooked on them. Yeah, Saved by Scarlet, Light It Up. This is their album. I just showed it. You can't really see it real good because the glare off my phone, the bright light of my phone. But the album's called Out of Darkness. That's the CD. It's got the band picture in there in the CD, and then the back's got all the tracks. And yeah, Light It Up. Pretty awesome song. So y'all go buy this album. You can buy it directly from Saved by Scarlet's website. Just savedbyscarlet.wixsite.com. Appreciate that, Kayla. See, I can like now I still listen to mainstream music, but like I can find you can name a mainstream artist, and I'm willing to bet I can find a Christian artist that sounds just as good or better, but has better lyrics. Most of the time, anyways. Not saying mainstream artists are bad, just saying that I can find alternative music that sounds just like a mainstream artist. Because so many times people like they only think of the artists that are famous, that are super huge on the radio. But then you discover these guys, like these guys, you hear them on the radio, but it's like Christian stations. And imagine if these guys had a huge platform, say like Breaking Benjamin or any of these bigger bands had. Imagine how far these guys would go and the gospel message would reach people if they had a huge platform like these bigger artists do. Imagine. But there's always like we was talking about earlier, Disturbed. I've always loved Disturbed's music, especially their song The Sound of Silence. Man, it's a good song. But then when you listen to Red's the other version of Disturbed. They just got Jesus lyrics and Jesus music. Yeah, Nickelback. I love Nickelback, man. I don't know why he don't like Nickelback, but I love Nickelback. I've been a Nickelback fan. One reason I like Nickelback is because they're patriotic. They support the troops. And now, granted, some of Nickelback's songs is not exactly very good lyrics, but they do have a lot of good songs, though. A lot of good lyrics and songs. But this album cover is so cool. Let me see if I can take this book out. Maybe it'll be less glare. But I want you to see this book, Kayla. So this is neat because these guys so Matt Middleton, I think it was either Matt or Nate. I can't remember which one it was I interviewed, the guitarist. Yeah, that was Matt. Yeah, Nate's the lead singer, his brother. But yeah, Matt's the one I interviewed. But look at this album cover, y'all. So it's got the dove there, and it's got the person in the cloak and out of darkness. That's just cool, man. Look at and then the background's got their little symbol, and it's got the trees that come together and form like a symbol, and you see the dove showing Christ. That's cool, man. I don't know how these rock artists come up with these album covers. Like even the mainstream rock artists. Like I notice a lot of these mainstream rock artists, like say like Red Hot Chili Peppers or some of these bands that have these super weird covers. But then some of these bands have these super awesome covers that just pop. And this is one of those that just pops to me. Like it tells a story. And then of course the back it's got all the band members. And so Benjamin Andrews does the screams, Matt Middleton guitars, Nathan Middleton the vocals, and Adam Chenier the drums. So this second guy right there, yeah, the one with the red T-shirt on, got the red on the T-shirt. That's the one I interviewed on my show. He was really, really cool. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, Kayla got to watch that one, so thank you for watching. But I'm gonna get off here, y'all. It's been over a little over an hour, but thank y'all for watching. Thanks for listening, John. John got to listen at work, so I appreciate John. John's a awesome friend of mine. Yeah, Kayla. Yeah, send him a request on there if you hadn't. I'm sure you already have. Um, and you make it get with Tony, and maybe you could get them to do some acoustic music on Music Crush Monday, and you could interview him. I think you'd be great at it because Kayla's really good at interviews, and and I collect CDs, so I've got almost 400 CDs, and I listen to all kind of music. The only music I really don't listen to is mainstream rap and anything that's super super vulgar. But uh, yeah, yeah, do that for real. Like reach out to him, tell him that you watched my live that day and you're friends of mine, and get with Tony and y'all interview him on Music Crush Monday, and then y'all could get him to do an acoustic set on there. I'm sure that'd be perfect because him and his brother, I think they both know how to do the acoustic stuff. Yeah, but yeah, I got close to 400 CDs because I collect CDs. With streaming music, streaming don't pay artists. They just don't. When you buy a CD, say it's $10, $11, whatever it is for a CD nowadays, a lot of that money goes towards the band. They make more money than they do Spotify. So I'm always going to recommend buying CDs over Spotify any day, even though Spotify helps them get their music out there and the message. But, I mean, these CDs cost money. It costs money for the bands to put fuel in their bus or truck or whatever they use to get these shows. So anything to support these artists. And anybody wants some good music, y'all can listen to us on the scrolling link there, live365.com/station/quake RIC praise news, where music is therapy. And so, or you can just go to the Live 365 app on your Google Play Store or your Apple Store. And when you download the Live 365 app, make sure it's the correct one because it's several out there, but it's the only one that's just for strictly radio stations. And you can search all kind of stations, country stations, whatever kind of music you want to listen to. You can find a radio station on there, and so you can find us on there at Quake Radio. Just type in Quake with a K. You can find us on there, and we got all kind of music. And then I got a full catalog, hundreds of CDs. I can put y'all in the right direction on some good music. But getting off live. See y'all later. Thank you for watching, Kayla. I don't know who else is watching. Erica. I'm glad Erica got to tune in. Thanks, John, for listening. Jason. And remember, if anybody wants to sponsor, they got a business, they want to sponsor the radio station, let us know. Toodles. Bye, pretty lady.